Hello and welcome to X and Y Gaming Casually Competitive. I don't know, a couple of days ago I was able to actually stream. That surprised even me. And, well, these are a couple of the duels I had from that stream that I just really liked. So in case you couldn't catch the stream, or if you just can't find it archived onto my YouTube page, well, here are two of what I think are probably some of my favorite duels. Not because they're particularly good, but because I had a lot of fun. So my opponent over here, the Green Narukami, is using apparently a Toon deck. The other one is... well, we'll get there. Either way, I'm trying to use a modernized Skull Servant deck made for Master Rule 4. It kind of works, but if you pit it against the meta, chances are it's not going to get very far. I did what I could. So basically, what's happening here is using Shiranui Solitaire to get to Unizombie, which will then let you send monsters from either your hand or your deck to the graveyard in order to raise a monster's level. Now, that's not really necessarily important, but what we did send was a White Prince, which gets a Skull Servant and Lady in White to the graveyard, so that's 3 monsters to the grave. Then you use White Prince's graveyard to banish himself, plus 2 other ones, like Skull Servant and Lady in the White, and these 3 get banished at the same time to special summon the King of the Skull Servant straight from the deck. And then I just use a card like Burial from a different dimension to put all 3 of them back. And so using Unizombie, we're also able to send a Mizuki to the graveyard. So then we send those 2 monsters for Link Material and Vampire Sucker, Mizuki out, King of the Skull Servant's back, and it has 3,000 attack, and that's about where we're at now. So right off the bat, Toon Table of Contents is going to let them search Toon Kingdom, and that's pretty important. Toon Kingdom comes out, lets them summon that. Summons that from this hand for just, I guess, having a body on board. And then Raigeki is going to take care of all my monsters, which is unfortunate, but they're Toons, so they can't attack this turn, and it's not that big of a deal. The White Prince summoned from the hand to the field, that's pretty standard, but thanks to Master Roll 4, we can summon to the graveyard for a Link Rebo, and that gets its effect off immediately, sending 2 more, 1 of each of these to the graveyard, which sets up 3 for his summoning of King. And thanks to the fact that there's other Skull Servants and King of the Skull Servants in the graveyard now, he has 4,000 attack instead of when normally he'd have 0. Running over that thing just in case. But thanks to Toon Kingdom over here, he gets to banish a card face down from the top of his deck instead of letting his monster get destroyed. Okay, so I could take both of the damages here, but, I've got a Link Rebo, why not use it? Makes his attack 0 until the end of the turn, and then, unfortunately, I have to take the 2100 damage. So this is possibly a little unnecessary. I could just discard her and get it over with, but I wanted to do this. So summoning Necroface is going to send everything back to the graveyard, from both banished piles, and then also I'm going to I discarded her as Chainlink 2, and that's going to make everything on the field, including my own monsters unfortunately, lose 100 attack and defense for each level or rank they have, which the King of the Skull Servants is level 1, so that's not that big of a deal. But for these level 5s and level 4s over here, they actually get a much heftier reduction. And after that gets done, sets me up for the ultimate running over, and that's all I needed. So for Skull Servants versus Toons, it was basically a wash. Unfortunately for Toons, they gotta get over their little summoning sickness, and if they could just do that, they'd probably be a lot better than they actually are. So moving into the second duel, here is what I meant to have it apparently for, because apparently this is a 6 Samurai deck, but when you go against an opening hand field like this, I'm not entirely sure. Well, according to the guy, Green Narukami, he unfortunately bricked. So I thought, well, if you're going to play defensive, hey, I can do that too. Look at that. 4 face downs, and that's a turn if I ever saw one. I don't think I've ever seen a Six Sam draw and pass. This is nothing against Mr. Green Narukami. I personally think he's a swell fellow. I genuinely appreciate that he watches my videos. And even more importantly, I would love to duel him any day of the week. But this was sad. So I attacked over his monster, a Six Sam monster, no less. Well, yeah, it has Six Sam in the name. I attacked over a Six Sam monster with the half-tack Lilith. Oof. Biggest oof. So, you know, still some dead draws, but Sheehan Smoke Signal gets to one of his monsters. Looks like Kageki? Sure. Swords of Revealing Light turns my monster's face up, but that doesn't really do anything either. Oh, I love it. Look at that swap frog. Look at that golden good boy getting the Ronin Toad into the graveyard and going into a totally awesome. I love it. Give me that dupe frog. So this is, again, taught me by the one and only, the Kali Effect King of Games. And this dupe frog is going to keep totally awesome alive for at least one attack. So, Sheehan's Dojo activates every time a Six Sam is normal or special. You get a Bushido counter. And then you can send this card to the graveyard to special summon one Six Sam or Sheehan effect monster from your main deck whose level is less than or equal to the number of Bushido counters on this card. And since there's no maximum number of counters, you can actually get a respectable monster if you can actually summon monsters in the first place, which with this hand is not necessarily happening. But, you know, the Monster Reborn comes through, and I'm like, nah, bro, that's mine now. Give me that. Little did I know Raigeki was coming next, but little did he know I was willing to pay half my life points to not get Raigeki'd. Totally awesome. Gets me a Swap Frog. Swap Frog sends a dupe, and there we go. Get a oh my goodness, Nightmare Phoenix, and we're gonna get rid of this. I was gonna say Spell Trap Destruction, but it's what he does, but it's not who he is, and I just don't want to misrepresent. Now, I'm used to my last Frog deck where I didn't summon Nightmare Phoenix or Cerberus, or Unicorn for that matter, without knowing they would be co-linked in the end, so I could at least draw a card. So to be honest, going actual -1 to destroy a spell trap, that's kind of a new feeling. But, you know, it is what it is. And it's all frogs all the time. So we're getting Nightmare, and really, I summoned this with full intention to get this off the field. I don't have any cards in my hand. That didn't work out too well, but that's okay. Because I was still able to make another Toad, and I even remembered, I actually forgot, but I remembered Monster Reborn's over here. So I can just do it again. And look at this. Look, I got damage on board. He summons a monster, I contribute it. And I got like a negate here. I got a negate here. I got a negate here. I mean, only once per turn, but like 3 turns I got set up. Like, are you kidding me, bruh? Bruh. I got this. But I was like, nah, I could use a trap card. And I feel bad. You can't see it in the animation here, in the replay. But I picked one. Where is it? 2, 3. I picked all annoyed. So I was like, I'm going to give you the illusion of choice. What a dick. Anyways. Brought it back just in case for the extra negation. Torment token because Layer of Darkness. And, well, that's all she wrote. Yeah, like I said, I've never seen a Six Sam deck fail that hard. And according to him, again, it bricked. Which, you know, it happens to the best of us, unfortunately. But those were just some of the duels we had on my stream. And another thing that happened is this absolute beast monstrosity of a Blue Eyes deck, including but not limited to the new Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, an original actual Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, the World Legacy Succession for some reason, and just a ton of stuff that I'm almost certain shouldn't even be in an actual deck. But for the most part, it worked. So, hey man, if you're into Yu-Gi-Oh, if you're into streams where crazy stuff happens and decks are built and duels are had and fun time is had, come on down and watch and have fun and be a part of the fun. I'm really tired. Like, comment, subscribe, and hug your mama. Bye-bye.